Hi guys, so in this video I'll talk about how I finalized on the Maldives route. So before I get into that, I'll just talk about another country which I almost finalized. So that was Egypt through Cairo. So I was talking to a travel agent, and the thing is with this Egypt Cairo route was the travel agency had a chartered flight operating. So that was the route was something like from Mumbai to Cairo directly, and then from Cairo to Toronto. So these were chartered planes, not commercial. So why I was more interested into this flight is because so I was looking at all the other travelers who had used this chartered flight for their previous journeys, and I had heard their stories, and it was good. Overall, it was good. And the thing is, everybody in that chartered flight, they were bound for Toronto. So I was thinking if there are any issues, right, with regards to anything like food or calling somebody, or if they are stuck in the airport, if they need help, and if the travel agents don't pick up the phone or they don't help, then at least you have your fellow passengers, right, to count on. So that was one of my reasons for selecting that route, and it was the full responsibility of the travel agency. So, but what happened is, come September, when the after the first week of September, since the travel ban was only till 21st of September, um, people most people decided to wait, apparently. I mean, that's the assumption, because the demand for these chartered flights dropped significantly. So what the travel agent said to me was, after the first week these chartered flights won't be operating. So in fact he gave me, the option of the last chartered flight which was supposed to depart from Mumbai, and that was like 2 days before. So that's something that he offered me, but 2 days before it was very tough, right, for me to take the RT-PCR and plan everything. So that way, Egypt, the Cairo route got eliminated. Otherwise, I was counting on it. So that was the story. So now coming to Maldives, right? So after Egypt was off my list, so it's not like Egypt was off the list of the indirect route option. It's just that the chartered flight operation had stopped. So if anybody would wish to travel through the Cairo route, would still do it, could still do it, but it would be through commercial airlines, right? And that you have to work it out. There won't be a direct flight from India to Egypt, so you'll have to look for other transit airports in between, and then take the Cairo flight from there, and then take the hotel stay in Cairo, and then have your onward journey to Toronto. So for me, once Egypt was off the list, then the other route, so Mexico, I didn't want to travel because I don't know, for some reason I didn't want to travel via Mexico because of the language barrier, and the stories I heard from other travelers. So, and also you'll have to spend in dollars for the hotel stay. So it eventually could have been very expensive. So another route was Albania, um, which was open for people with Indian passport holders. So I think it was visa on arrival, or they just stamped on your passport. So it was easy from the visa perspective. So that was on my radar. But then I thought, staying 2 days in Albania versus Maldives, Maldives you get to enjoy as well, since it's a tourist destination. So that's how I selected Maldives, and I just wanted to go ahead with it, without much exploration. So I told my travel agent about this, but the catch was it was very close to the travel ban end date, right? So then there was discussions about, do you want to wait for the direct flights to open, or do you want to continue with this indirect route? So again, I was, put to a decision making process. But then by that time, I've already spent a lot of effort and time on this. So 3 weeks was the time, right? So then I thought, like, no, let's make up my mind and, just go with the Maldives route. So I told my travel agent about that, but she did offer me, some advice on whether to go with the direct option or not. But then it didn't work out, because she said that, okay, if you book it and they extend the ban, then you won't get the full refund. It's just that, you can hold the ticket until a future date with the cancellation fee as well. So I thought, and after that again you have to plan for the onward journey. So it was too late, right, from that point onwards. So that's the main reason I decided to go with the Maldives route. Plus it's a tourist destination. So, and I had seen videos on YouTube of people traveling via Maldives. There was absolutely no issues if you had all the documents. So that's how I selected Maldives. So the travel agent which I selected was the Pali Travels. So again, it was through a reference. I didn't go through just any random travel agency. So overall, the experience with the travel agency was good. Of course, they get like too many requests because of this situation, especially with Canada. I'm not sure about other countries. So there was volume of requests, and they were booking, tickets in bulk. So initially, the conversations, once I decided to go with the route and with that agency, so I started to expedite on my side. But the way they operated were, they had their own process, right? So since it's a group thing, they were also waiting on other people to book via the same route, same date. So I had to wait few days and try to follow up with the travel agent a lot initially, but eventually it turned out okay, and she was helpful. So that's how I decided on that Maldives itinerary. So finally, just two days before the journey date, I almost had all the documentation and whatever needs to be booked with me. So there were a few, like 10-15% of the remaining bookings with regards to return tickets or hotel booking. Some confirmation had to be received, and then immigration. There were a few pending items, but that was eventually done just before the travel date. So overall it was okay. So finally when it was booked, I was really happy that, okay, after so many days of effort, we have an itinerary booked, right? So it was a good experience, although there was a lot of learning initially when I was doing all by myself. I did all my homework. In fact, that helped me working with the travel agents, because sometimes they don't know everything, or they know, but the details, there are a lot of details to this booking. So I had made my own checklist, and I was communicating with her in the email. So every day I was following up on each of those points. Like I had 10-12 points 4-5 days before the travel date, which was still outstanding. So I had done my homework on this. So whatever research I had done earlier helped actually while working with the agent. So yeah, that was about finalizing on the Maldives route. So stay tuned. In the next video, I'll talk about the next um, the next journey, beginning with the domestic flights and then international. So I'll cover all that in the next few videos. Stay tuned.